Good evening, beloved. I am in a bad mood for multiple reasons, but I won't talk about it because God knows. Patience, very thin right now. But other than this evening, today was a good day. So we're gonna work with that energy and not the other, the former. Um, I'm realizing certain things are transitioning in my world, and somewhat outside of my control. And so because of it, it's making me very aggravated. Um, because I can't do anything about it. And so for that reason, it just makes me very just it is not so much sad as it is angry. And I think the anger just spurs off of the fact that it is beyond my control. And you're not here, so I have nobody I can really talk to about it. Um, it's just one of those things where God is really testing my patience. And I realize that it's not, now I think about it, it's not God testing my patience. It's the one who wants to be God testing my patience. Um, I've been so blessed with time, but certain things are changing now that I have it. And so it's like, and it's beyond my control. And it's very aggravating because the things that are changing don't are the things that are changing, like I mentioned, are things that I can't control, but the things that are changing are also things that affect me directly and indirectly. So, I was hoping, you know, for these next few months before my major new birthday, um, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that regardless, you would want me to show up just like I've always shown up. Just be the underdog, be the one that takes the punches, be the one that tries to solve the problems, be the one that tries to turn the other cheek, be the one that stands up for myself even though other people don't want to work with me or work against, you know. And so I just have to, like my coach said, like my godfather said, he gives me guitar lessons. I said, life is real, but life is raw, and people hurt you that are just family, friends, whatever, whatever. So you just gotta be able to play the changes, just like that jazz song, you know. Because I realize, you know, I'm starting to see both sides of the coin, the good and the bad, the positive moments, the weak moments, the progress and the desire to continue to do so even when I'm tired and when I have to do things that I've never done that are also making me tired, you know, or trying to contribute in a way that's beneficial even if I don't get notice for it or credit for it, whatever. I could care less about that. But the fact of the matter is, after a while, it does wear on you because you're just doing it to help. And when it's not really genuine in terms of people seeing it and acknowledging it, it gets old fast. And so, you know, I don't really talk like this often. I know you're upset. You're probably upset at the tone of my voice, but this is how I sound when I'm very aggravated. And that's why I look like this right now. I didn't try to put a scarf on. You know, I've gotten to the point where enough is enough. So I'm gonna just, you know, just have at it. You know, I've been an underdog my whole life. My whole life. Come back from hospitals, crisis beds, or, you know, what do you call them? You know, in, you know, different centers, just, you know, people believing in my talent and telling me the opposite, you know, having to take this medicine possibly for the rest of my life because it's something that deals with my mental, quote unquote, health. And so this is my legacy. This is my story. And I'm grateful that you're a part of it. So thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your love, forgiveness, understanding, compromise, all that. If I haven't said sacrifice, love, everything. Because Lord knows your baby goes through it on a daily basis. And so, you know, it's not easy to try to put a smiling face on a face that doesn't want to show that. And has been treated just the opposite. But, you know, you have to do it. And you have to do it every day for as long as it takes, just like me trying to put the other goals I have, you know? And it doesn't stop. Just like David Goggins said, you know, on the other side of that fear, that pain, that suffering, those dark nights, those moments where you want to give up, he said, that's when you lean in. That's when you lean in. That's when you get stronger. That's when you realize how strong you are. Not by how much you can stay comfortable, but how much you can tolerate. And his always, his going out slogan is always stay hard. Every time he finishes one of his motivational speeches, that's what he said. And, you know, being an Ironman, being a 4-time graduate of the Navy SEAL training, which is the hardest training you can ever go through for the military, that says a lot. And so, I'm not to say I'm on that level at all, but if there's anything I can gain from him, it's that no matter what, I'm unbreakable. I'm unstoppable. That's what I believe. And I'm going to keep hacking at this tree, just like Eric Thomas said. He said, like I told you yesterday, you hack the tree in 1,000 different places, the tree will never fall. But keep hacking that one spot over and over, and it will come down. Same thing with the sniper, you know. an armed person with a military style rifle, uh, a military style handgun or rifle or shotgun, whatever you want to call it, can injure a couple people and only kill a couple, whereas a sniper with one shot, you know. And so it's just about being able to endure and have the stamina. And I think that's the other thing I learned from Eric Thomas as well. He was talking about how it requires stamina, this race. It's not about um, competition. I've never been that way, to be honest. But at the same time, he's saying what he says is very true. You know, everybody has their pace, so find your pace and stick with it. And so that's what I'm learning, and that's what I'm doing. So whether it's personal, professional, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, whatever, you know, whatever category, I won't stop. All right. Love you, love. Have a good evening. Peace out.